If you are an experienced professional, the single biggest reason you are not getting more number of shortlists is that your resume is more than 2 pages. In current job market, when there are a lot of people out there eyeing for very few opportunities, you need to have a resume that is sharp, that is very specific, that is talking the language of the job description. Okay. If you're also making the same mistake in which your resume is of more than 2 pages, it is of 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, then you need to watch this video till the end because I'm going to cover everything around how do you reduce this resume without losing the impact. Your resume will still make the exact impact or even make it better than that of what you have done right now, and yet you will be able to reduce the resume pointers from your 5, 6 pages to 2 pages. Okay, do watch this video till the end and consider subscribing because I'm going to come back with these kind of videos every now and then. All right, let's get started. First of all, the first question here is that why is it that your resume um, length that matters? Okay, so in current job market, if I look at the job market that we have right now, if you see, replacement hiring is not happening. Companies are not really hiring replacements, and at the same time, there are companies are very cautious around whether they should invest more money in the market. Okay, they are putting money in the market only when they are absolutely sure of getting the ROI, the results. Every company has become result oriented, return oriented. Okay, if that is the case, then for every open position, you will see hundreds and thousands of applications are being submitted across, and your resume has to come very very sharp. If you are writing resume which is of 3, 4 pages, it is likely that it is not going to get you results. Why that is the case is because it is going to talk about so many things that it will confuse the hell out of the recruiters. Okay, and I understand why this is happening. In your case, you're also not at fault. The reason being, the problem here is that you just keep on adding more and more and more and more information on the resume. You had written something when you switched from your previous company, then you added more information from your current company, then you will add something more from your future company where you will be working in, and the resume documents keep on increasing. It keep on going through the roof. Okay, I totally understand this is something that happens because this happens with a lot of people, and you alone are not at fault. But how do we solve for this? Is um, that we need to understand a concept called as recency bias. Now, what is recency bias? In any recruitment process, any jobs process, the recruiters and the hiring managers are more interested in understanding what you have done in the past couple of years, the recent responsibilities that you have handled. If you go to any interviews, they're going to discuss around what are the like top few things that you've done in the past 2 years. 9 out of 10 questions are going to be around what you have done in the past 2 to 3 years. If that is the case, then 60, 70% of your resume has to be around what you are doing right now. Okay. If what you have done 10 years in the back is of, let's say, 10, 15 lines, that is creating a problem. So what we need to do here is something that I'm going to exactly give you as a guideline is, see, how do you reduce the length is first experience set is going to be around I would say 0 to 3 years. Okay, that is the recent one from in the last 3 years what you have done. This is something which, if I again kind of cover it, what you need to do here is that you'll have to specifically talk about, you have to specifically talk about like what are your, if I maybe detail it out a little more for your clarity, your uh, uh, core responsibilities. Okay, that will come at the start. I mean, what exactly is your contribution within the project, within the thing that you have been working upon? That will come here in detail. Every resume point has to start with a bullet point. That's point number one. Point number two that you need to work upon is you need to talk about the impact. Impact means how fast you have done that work. I mean, a regular guy can do that in, let's say, 10 days, but because you are so productive, you're so good at it, you were able to do it in just 5 days or 10 days or 3 days. That is what needs to come here in terms of numbers, the revenue, the cost that you have saved, or how large, how complex this project was, how many stakeholders were involved. So you'll have to talk about the impacts, the impact points over here. And in addition to writing that, you can also talk about uh, things which will help you around making sure that you don't only not only understand what this position um, is, but also you'll have to kind of align it with the JD, what is written in the job description. That's point number one. Point number two is from 3 to 7 years of experience. In this case, you'll have to write broad responsibilities, and you'll have to write the responsibilities that are aligning with the job description only. You must have done 5 things, 10 things. You must be proud of it. But please understand, is it relevant from the perspective of the job description of the role on offer? If it is not, you'll have to be brutal in cutting it down. There are 10 things that you have done, but only 3 things are relevant to the JD. Mention that. Right? Broad responsibilities. You talk about anything that is not relevant, please weed it out. Please remove it from your resume. And if anything that is more than 7 years, what you need to do is just write a one-liner. Write a one-liner around it. And when I say write a one-liner, it is basically summary of what you have handled. And why we are writing it here is because we just want to mention that you had a continuity in your resume. It is not a drop. It is not a career gap. Okay, just one-liner. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll just show you exactly how a strong resume looks like. Just give me a second. I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show you something which will help you in understanding what I'm talking about here. So this is a resume that we created for one of our clients, and I'll show you what exactly we have done here. So if you look at this and you see the work experience that is starting from here, and in the first experience, it talks about some around 3 plus 4, 7 plus, I think some 12, 13 pointers are mentioned here about his responsibilities and his impact pointers. If you look at like 10 plus engineers, 8,000, so 800 uh, number is coming there, and then there is $415 million budget. Something is coming here. So all of those things, these pointers are coming here. There are some 12 different pointers are coming here because it is a recent one. But if you look at the the next experience, only 5 pointers or 6 pointers for that matter. If you look at the next point experience, it has only 4 pointers. If you go in the past further, in this one there is just one liner, and this one again there is just one liner. You see what I'm trying to say here? If this person would have written exactly this much amount of text for all the other experiences also, his resume length would have been at least 3 to 4 pages. And this is what you need to avoid. Okay. To summarize, what I'm trying to convey to you here is that follow what the recency bias says. Put most of the focus of your resume around your current work experience. 60-70% of the work experience, the text should be around your current work experience, and remaining things can be trimmed down to make sure that the entire focus is on your current experience. Follow this and subscribe to this channel. And I wish all of you guys a very happy new year, and I'll see you in my next video.